What's up, guys? We're back, and I'm the big guy stressing. You want to know how you know I'm stressing? We got the ranch water back out. I gotta calm the nerves, all right? Got a big week coming up, not only for me, but for you, for all the people in my community. So, I'm going to do what they did back in the 50s. I'm going to drink to calm the nerves, all right? It calms my nerves a little bit. All right. So I am here. Sorry, I lost my track. I'm trying to read a text down there. Forgive me. What's up, new guy? I'm the DeGeneRate75. I'm a PGA DFS content creator who likes to drink ranch water and was here to help you get a little bit better at PGA DFS. Because if you want to know a little secret, this shit be tough. I will remind you, it's about having fun, and it's about doing the process better, and it's about becoming sustainable at it. And one day, if you do all those things right, you might just spike a monster. That's what I'm here for. If you want picks, if you want to be spoon-fed every answer to the test that people don't even know the answer to the test, well, let me just go ahead and tell you, this ain't the channel for you. You might want to go bye-bye right now, okay? There you go. That's my introduction. If you find you like the cut of my jib, which a couple people do, including my mom, I will tell you. Wait, why is... wait, what's going on? There's like nobody on the stream. Do I need to start over? What's going on? Oh, damn, the editor. What's going on, editor? Did the editor screw up or something? Did I forget to hit record? All right, this is a great stream. All right, he said I'm live. Normally this chat's already blown up. There's already like 500 people in here. I see 20. Okay, whatever. It's growing now. All right, cool. We're in. It's alive. It's alive! All right, let's start this shit over. If you like the cut of my jib, new guy, or you like ranch water, come check out that schedule right there. By the way, we're clearly not polished here, okay? We're just an independent little organization just trying to make our way in the big world of DFS. I do the course preview show every Monday. I do my newsletter every Tuesday. And, of course, you're watching right now the live stream every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Lord's time zone. And, of course, the Showdown Hoedown, because if you don't know, Showdown has the biggest edge in PGA DFS, okay? So make sure to come check that out. Now they're flowing in. Nick, why am I stressed? Because I want to win a fucking $1 million. That's why, okay? Hey, you need to know this, guys. I have a newsletter. Go sign up for it. It's in the description of this video. I send out all the stuff. And, yes, I now have T-shirts. Look, I'm wearing one right now. Look at that bad boy. Woo! Wearing a badass shirt. Can you buy one? No. Will I give you one? No. You want to earn one? Okay, now we're talking, okay? I'm not a poor. I'm not going to sell my brand, all right? You got to earn this shit. I've got 3 different styles. If you just sign up for the newsletter. You'll figure out about it. But I'm pretty pumped to have my own shirts. They look cool. I don't care what you say. I like them, Bob. All right, moving on from there. If you're here, if you haven't heard, the big guy does do giveaways. I will be building lineups. I will be drawing to build lineups. I will warn you, I'm not going to fucking build a lineup with you this week, bro. I'm not going to do it because I am a little stitious, okay? I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious, and I'm not building lineups. I'm only doing my Fantasy Golf World Championship lineups this week, but I will guarantee you that I will build a lineup with you here in 2 weeks, okay? Whenever the Scottish Open rolls around or the Open Championship or 3M, any of those, I'll build a lineup with you, okay? But not this week, all right? But that doesn't mean there's not going to be winners. And I got my YouTube guys up here for all of you that left a comment, and I'll be doing some from the chat, so make sure you get a question mark in the chat, okay? If you can't tell, the big guy has a problem saying fuck, okay? As I've already seen, every time I do it, another dollar goes up here in the fuck counter, okay? So every time I say it, there's going to be another dollar in there. At the end, I will draw one of you to play me heads up, and you can win all the money in the till. I will warn you, I never lose. I'm an incredible destroyer of souls. As you can see, my dude, Jay Armor 12, he messed with a bull, and if you haven't learned, when you mess with a bull around here, what happens? You get the mother father horns, okay? So I'll just keep fucking cussing forever, okay? And when the ranch water flows, just know that that goes up an extra 25% cussing, okay? All right, we're moving on. I got to start with a simple question tonight for all my new guys. Once again, crowd's slow getting in tonight. If something went wrong, forgive me. We're not polished, okay? Have you made your lineups yet? You have, new guy. I know you have. You saw some retweets of that. I'm going to check out this guy's show, see if I'm going to change my lineups. Well, you shouldn't have already made them, you donkey dick. How can you possibly already be committed to your lineups when you haven't even heard all the relevant, pertinent information we're going to cover tonight? That's why you're losing. You're getting too anxious. You shouldn't even be really finalizing your player pool until Wednesday night, let alone making lineups, you donkey. Help me help you. All right. First thing you got to talk about, new guys, contest selection. I really encourage you to go back and watch my Monday night show or Monday show where I do the course preview and price reactions. I also cover contest selection on there, and I go a bit more in depth than I'm going to go here tonight. But just know this. Contest selection is the first way you're pissing away money. You're getting into contests that A, you're never going to win, B, have too big of rake, or C, you're building lineups that don't fit that kind of contest, right? Do you even know that your single entry lineup should be built differently than your mass multi-entry lineup? MME, right? That's like the 150 max, right? Do you even consider these things? Do you consider when you're playing in a satellite, you want to build a lineup that looks a lot different than when you're playing in a 20-person contest? Do you even think about these things? No, you don't. And you want to know this. The kind of contest you're playing in should dictate how your lineups look and the guys that are in your player pool. So picking contest selections that suit your strengths, right? Maybe you're a guy that likes to eat a lot of chalk, but you're good at finding that one or two those punts or those pivots that are really good. Well, then you're probably going to get a lot. You're probably going to see a lot better results at single entries, right? If you're a dude that can just pick the slap dicks out of nowhere, right? You just got the velvet touch when it comes to 6K guys. Well, then I really encourage you to get into MMEs, right? The mass multi-entries, because that's where you'll really pay the dividends. Because now you're getting those guys at 0.3%, and out of 80,000 people, you're only sharing them with like 100 people. Right? So I really encourage you to find out what your strengths are as a player and then use that to pick the contest that you're going to get into, right? For me, you'll rarely see me in the big MMEs. That's not what I like to play. I like to play mid to higher dollar entries, and I like to play a contrarian type of style in that, because if one or two of my contrarian plays hit, I get so much leverage on that being in a smaller field. Whereas when that happens in the big MMEs, I don't always get that because I'm still competing against multiple hundreds, if not thousands of people who have those. All right, for the contest this week, they're delicious. You got to give it up. Look, I said I was going to be nicer to DraftKings, but let's not get it twisted. I will still shit on DraftKings anytime I get a chance if they drop it, which I can already tell you. Let me warn you right now. For all of you that are the big Showdown bros, which if you watch my station, I got to assume you're at least a bit of a Showdown bro. The Showdown contests are going to suck this week, okay? The guy from DraftKings reached out to me, and he was very transparent, and he said when there's weather issues, they basically nerf the Showdown contest. That is what it is, right? And there is some weather pending, which we will see soon. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I get where they're coming from. I truly do, and I think you can expect nerfed Showdown contest this week, okay? So if you're saving all your money for Showdown, just know you're going to be playing in some shitty top-heavy contests this week, brother. The big $20 or big $25 this week, the Sand Trap. What a name. Only 20% up top, as I'm telling you. This is as good as you'll ever see for a lottery, right? Second place is half of first. 10th place is what, 133rd? That's not bad, Bob. I always love this signature hole when it's 20% up top. Look at that payout structure. Delicious. But I know most of you aren't playing in that. The big $5 this week, look, if you want to play in an MME and you're wanting to mass multi-enter, I mean, this is a good one for $750. This is a pretty solid payout structure, right? Problem is, it's not easy to beat 83,000 people. A great mathematician once said. A great mathematician, okay? I think it was Pythagoras that said that. From there, what the hell? Wait, what the shit is this? The Motor City Special? I didn't even see this. $25. Oh, it's just a backup. Okay. I guess because the main's already going to fill, they've already got the secondary up. Okay, whatever. The 254 max, you know how I feel about it. I love it. I love it like a fat kid loves a cake. But let's get to contests you're really going to play in. Just try it for a couple weeks. I'm telling you, just playing contests that have no more than 2,000 to 3,000 entries in them, right? So when you do hit a good lineup, you don't have to have the absolute nuts to win. A really good lineup will get you a top 5 or maybe even win a GPP. Try that out, right? Play in contests that are 3 maxes, single entries, ones where you can max in, I'm telling you. Also, always be looking for satellites that overlay. A lot of times you can get a value if you'll go check in on these right before lock and you see one's only 50% full, hop in there, because satellites are tough because all of the money goes to first place. But if it's going to be 50% full, there is a lot of expected value in that, especially if you're making a contest meant to beat that, okay? But of course, the one contest you should be playing in is mine, the Showdown Hoedown Listener League. I had to dumb it down to $750 this week because they got me the link so late. Thanks, host, that ditched me today for my new host. So, we have about less than 100 spots left. So if you want to get in this, go get in there. It's $5 3 max. Make sure to get in there. Here's our winners from last week. Kozakcha? Whatever. Great name. You won by a mile. Yeah, that's what we call a boat race, you motherfather. You boat raced everybody, okay? Congratulations to Trent and MJ and Secret Identity. Who the hell is that? And whatever. All of you guys can have a free week on my website. Just simply reach out to the editor, tell him you're one of these people, show him proof, and you've got a free week on the website. Thank you for participating. Make sure to hop in it again. Let's get to what matters the most. Hey, new guy. What is the first thing we always check at PGA DFS? That's right. Good job, new guy. I'm warming up to you. Bet you're better than the guy in the back. That's for damn sure. We check weather, okay? And weather, I got some spicy takes for you, okay? First of all, weather makes a big difference. Yes, we've been tracking the weather edges, and I will come with that data at you. That's my next little tab up there, okay? So be ready for that. But what you want to know right now is there a wave edge? Because you probably want to play it, right? Well, so let's talk about it, and I'm going to come at you I'm going to talk logically with you, and then I'm going to talk conspiracy theory, okay? I'm going to come at you Mel Gibson style, all right? So first of all, anytime we're checking, if anybody uses Windfinder, you just run, okay? They're peasants. The plebs, the plebs use that. They uses the worst projections, okay? We are going to be looking at for Thursday projections because they are the nuts within 24 hours. They consistently have the best projections. And as you can see tomorrow, right here, over my shoulder, it is looking like it's going to be very nice, right? It's going to be super, super nice in the morning. Maybe a little cool when they first get out there, but I think 60 degrees, I think they're going to tear it up in the morning, okay? The course has been getting rained on. This is already an easy course, right? And then there's been tons of rain in Detroit here recently, right? And so you factor those in, and then the temperature doesn't even get up to 80 degrees until noon. That means that the morning is going to be super soft. It means you're going to have greens that aren't all chewed up, and you're going to have very little winds, right? The little winds that pop up seem to come more in the afternoon, okay? So with that, I think it seems pretty clear that I would say that tomorrow you probably want the AM guys over the PM guys. Don't get it twisted. Both waves tomorrow are going to tear the shit out of this course, okay? They're going to light it up like the 4th of July. However, we are trying to get an edge. And to get an edge at week long, we have to look at what that's going to do over 2 days, okay? So this is where it gets tricky. When you move over here to Friday, this is when you want to move over to a different projection system called NAM. Okay, for all of you that NAM 1968, damn Ted offensive, and they are better at 24 to 48 hours, which is what we are from Friday. And when you look at that, you get a different story. Friday morning looks divine. Okay, just perfect. 70 degrees, no wind. They are going to light this course up Friday morning, right? But they're also probably going to light the course up Thursday morning. Okay, so this is where you really have to close your eyes. And just believe, okay? This is like Peter Pan. You want to fly, you better believe, because I'm about to come at you with some crazy shit here, okay? Right now, they are showing, this is NAM, this is the one that's good 24 to 48 hours. They are showing a pretty big storm moving in about 2 to 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And this is a storm that's going to bring over an inch of rain. And for all of you that don't know, that's a lot of rain. And even if that rain wasn't enough to cause a delay, there will be lightning. It will be scattered thunderstorms. And you know how the PGA is with scattered thunderstorms, okay? They're gonna delay play. So here is my crazy narrative I'm going to give you, okay? And I am not telling you to play one way or the other because I want you to know a little secret that I haven't told a lot of people. I don't give a shit who you play. I'm just trying to give you the information and you make your own decisions, okay? If you want to watch all these shows that just tell you what to do and then they're wrong all the time and you never hold them accountable, well, go fucking watch them. But I don't do that. I'm giving you all of the information and you make your own big kid decision, okay? So here it is. There is a chance that the guys that play Thursday morning are going to have the slightly better conditions Thursday, and I guess maybe they'll score maybe a half a stroke better on Thursday would be my guess based on the current projections we're seeing. But then those guys Friday morning are going to go out there and roast the course, right? It is perfect conditions Friday morning. And they're going to probably get back a lot of those the half stroke that they gave up Thursday. They gave up to the Thursday morning guys because they would have been the Thursday afternoon guys, right? So now the Friday afternoon rolls around, and those guys who played the Thursday morning are going to be out there, and you're going to think, oh, well, then it's just all going to even out because now they're going to be out there in the heat and the baked-out course with slightly more winds. And I agree with all those. That's all right. However, if this storm rolls in, and it really does come, and let's say it causes a 3-hour delay, which I think is very normal because it looks like about a 3-hour storm, and maybe a 2-hour storm, and then you got to give them time to get warmed up, get back on the course. You're probably looking at a 3-hour delay, assuming this storm comes. This is a big assumption, all right? If it comes, now when those guys do get back out there, let's say they get them back out there at 6 o'clock, they have another hour or two of daylight. Look, that wind is dead. They just got an inch of rain. That course is going to be the softest it's been all week. And there's a good chance a lot of guys are not going to get their round finished. After a 3-hour delay, there's almost no chance they'll get everybody done by Friday night. And so what does that mean? That means it's going to spill over to Saturday morning, which A, means Showdown's going to be fucked, right? But what it really means for us at week long is they're going to be out there in the nuts conditions Saturday morning. There is a chance that those guys who are playing AM, PM waves are basically going to get to play their entire Thursday morning in the AM, and then they're going to get to play Friday night after a storm and Thursday morning, and that is essentially going to be morning-like conditions, right? So there is a decent chance that the guys who are AM, PM are going to get something like 27 of their holes in AM conditions, right? Whereas the guys who are going PM, AM might only get 18 of their holes in those PM/AM conditions, right? So, is it a crazy conspiracy theory? Yes, but I warned you up front, Bob. I'll tell you, I'm waiting on to update to see if it confirms the same thing that NAM is saying, okay? And those are honestly the only two projections I use. And by the way, Windfinder uses neither of those because it's slapdick city. All right, so there you go. That's my wave edge that could or could not happen. I'm putting it out there. You make your own decision. Look, we're up to 330 people. Thank you for coming. I don't know what happened at the start. Let me get a quick drink of ranch water. It's probably a bad idea. I'm probably going to have to take a leak before this is over. All right, let's move on. This is something, if you don't know, I'm the leader of the try hardest, sweatiest community that's out there, right? And we like to track data. You know, I often come at you with these narratives, and I want to know that these narratives aren't just bullshit that I'm pulling straight out of my ass. And so we went back, well, my smart dudes, my nerds that will go do this for me. I just analyze the data. And I'm often talking about this wave edge. Does it exist? You know, oh, you're playing the wave edge, weather edge, right? Well, you didn't play Keegan because of the weather edge. Yes, but I also played a bunch of other guys that made the cut, dipshit. All right, and all you can do is hope your guys make the cut and then get lucky on the weekend. Because once you get to Saturday morning or once you get to the start of round 3, you have no control over your lineup anymore at week long. You're just praying the golf gods do you real well. So here we go. When there is a wave edge present, okay, we track this over the past 10 tournaments. When there is a wave edge present, the good wave, these are the scrubs. These are 7,500 or under. That's what I consider a quote-unquote scrub, right? Those guys make the cut 57% of the time, where you can see basically the made cut percentage is 50%, right? Whereas the bad wave guys only make it 43%. So there's a 14% edge towards playing the guys on the good wave. And you're like, well, how am I supposed to know the good wave? Well, first of all, you could just fucking watch this stream, and I basically lay it out for you every week, right? I can tell you that this is probably going to be the nuts conditions you want to have them out there. If you don't realize the value in getting 14% more of your guys with a 14% better chance of making the cut from your scrub guys, those guys that always screw up your lineup and kill your 6 of 6s, well, you're a dumbass and you should click off now, okay? That is a massive edge to have, right? We're also going to start tracking this for the more expensive players to see if the wave edge for studs doesn't really apply, but as of right now, we're just looking at this. Here's what's interesting. This is an idea I always credit Tambo. He was the first one that said it that really kind of got me thinking about it, and I said, you know what? I kind of like that theory, and I started running with it a little bit. When there's no wave edge, when all things are equal, I always say, copying Tambo, that I think that you should play PM/AM, guys. There's a psychological edge to scrubs getting out there Friday morning, making the cut in the better conditions, right? And I thought, well, is this true? Well, look at the stats here. It is 58-41. That's a 17% edge for PM guys, PM/AM versus AM/PM when there's no weather edge, when it's almost a complete wash. That's insane. I do want to warn you because you always got to look at data and make sure it's not full of shit. Of the 10 tournaments that we looked at, only one qualified for that, right? So that could have just been an outlier result, okay? We're going to go back, we're going to retroactively do more, and we're going to continue to process these as every tournament passes every week. So this data will only become more and more reliable. But what is undeniable right now is that if you can get guys that are clearly on the better wave edge, when it comes to your slap dick, 7,500 and under, there's a huge edge there. I mean, a huge edge. And we are going to continue to track this. Is there, when there's no weather edge, do PM/AM guys make it more than AM/PM? And through one tournament, the answer is yes. Okay? So be looking forward to that, because if you want to know something, all your stupid fucking picks that you spend all your time on, none of that matters near as much as getting guys out there in the better weather. That's what really matters, okay? Because all these guys are badasses, and if you get them out there in the better conditions, this guy is going to be better than this guy, even though he's a better player than this guy, simply just because he's playing a different course. How many times do you have to see this? You need to learn to play the game and stop having your picks. You cannot be married to picks. You've got to be able to throw them away like a $2 hooker. All right, let's I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, this week is the Fantasy Golf World Championship, right? There's 300 people, well, not 300 people, there's 300 tickets. I think there's like 132 people that have those tickets, and it is going to be playing down over the next 2 weeks, 300 down to 150 this week, 150 down to 40 next week, and then the live final will be at the 3M in, what is that, 4 or 5 weeks, right? So everybody with a ticket will be trying to make the cut this week to get into the top 150 to survive another week. It takes 2 weeks of cutting down to make the live final. It's very hard to get these tickets. You can't buy them no matter how rich you are. All right, it's like the German guy with Veronica, the one from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Who was the rich bitch? I don't know. She had the dad that was buying all the candy bars. You can't do that here. You got to win your way in, okay? Here's all the guys from my community that have made the Fantasy Golf World Championship, and I want to shout them out because if you don't know, this shit ain't easy. You got D-Seep. You've got LSU Nick. I know you guys know that guy. Alex K14. Dak1616. Gebby. B32044. Jay Bannock. And, of course, some slapdick named Modest75, okay? So, all of those guys, I will probably tweet out the link tomorrow if you want to follow along and see how we're doing. We will be doing that. I'll also do it in the Discord, so if you want to cheer on your homies, go ahead. These will be the guys I'm cheering for. I will be cheering for one of these guys more than the other, but then I'll be cheering for the other 7 after that, okay? Let's get to the pivot tracker, okay? Has the chalk been smashed in the last few weeks? Yeah, it has, Bob. Okay, if you've been a chalk donkey, you've probably been printing money, all right? Look here. Last week, the chalk donkeys were Patrick Cantlay. He was awesome, right? He outperformed Rory and Finau as his pivots. Russell Henley ended up backdooring pretty well. He outperformed Adam Scott, but did not perform Keegan Bradley, which is important. It's not to say the pivots didn't do well, because one of the pivots last week won the effing tournament, Bob. But overall, you can see, and then we had Eckgoat who outperformed both of his. So it was a big week for the chalk, and it's the last 2 weeks, let's face it, the chalk's been smashing, right? And with all of that said, it is still basically 50-50, right? It's within 1% where it's been. The chalk gets there a good amount, just like the pivots get there a good amount. I would say about 50% to be mathematical about it. So with that in mind, I think that the story is this. You can't overreact to the chalk getting there 2 weeks, because when the chalk was failing for like 6 weeks, I didn't hear anybody saying, I got to go play that. I got to go play all them pivots. Nobody was saying that, right? So you got to keep it in mind that if you're playing the chalk game or the anti-chalk game, you got to look at it on the long run and not be so narrow-minded and focused on 1, 2, or 3 week sample, okay? I need a quick swig of the not cold brew, Jesus. Look at that. The ranch water's hitting when I can't even name the name of my drink that I'm putting down my gullet. All right, let's get to ownership, right? It's probably the single most important thing in PGA DFS, not cold weather, you donkeys. So, here we go. This is the 10 most highly owned guys this week based off my projections, okay? And then from there, I've got a couple honorable mentions, which you should always be aware anytime you see honorable mentions, right? So first of all, I think we got to start with old Richard Flower. Coming in as the highest owned guy, just barely above Sung J M at 24%. I do feel like his steam has died down a little bit, and some of his ownership has been getting passed on to other guys in the 5 figures, right? But he is 50% higher than almost everybody around him, and he's twice as high as some of the other guys up there. So, as much as I hate to say this, and as much as I think, I still think he's probably going to win, I'm a man of incredible integrity. Ricky Fowler? The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. We don't play him, except when we do. Except when we do, new guy, okay? Except when we do. Sung J M coming in at a cool 24.1%, right on the tail of Ricky. Would not surprise me if he comes in at 24%, right? So with old Sung Jae, as you can see, he is very high. He is significantly higher than everybody else around him. But I really like Sung Jae this week, so I think that I'm just going to give him, that man, the man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. Sorry, I tried to do a psych out, but I didn't. Model Maniac told me to use Function F4, and I can recolor it. And I try to throw everybody for a loop. I only do myself for a loop. All right, whatever. He is definitely donkey chalk. I love Sung Jae this week. He's a great play, but just know if your lineup starting Ricky Sung Jae, you're a donkey dick. Okay, you were playing way too much chalk. It does not matter if you play chalk. It matters how you play your chalk. That is the key. Just go look at every winning lineup from almost any GPP this year. There is chalk in all of them. That's what I did, Harden. Shut up. All right, Hideki Matsuyama coming in at a cool 23.6%. Let's face it, him and Sung J M are just underpriced this week, right? And when you're underpriced, people love underpriced. Like, oh, I'm getting such a good value. I don't care about nothing else other than just getting a good value. Okay, first of all, quit talking like that. Second of all, Hideki at 23.6. Let's face it. Let's face it. The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. We don't do it, especially when they can't putt, all right? Especially when they can't putt. What is that guy in the back? No, shut up. All right, cool. So we are now 3 for 3 on donkey chalk, all right? Tony Finau coming in at 19.2%. I will tell you, I had to manually go bump him up. A lot of projections are saying 14, 15%. My model wanted to put him at 15%. I was like, no, he's going to get higher than that. He feels kind of like a Wednesday Steam guy, if I'm being honest. People are going to be like, oh my God, he won this last year and stuff, so I should play him? I'm pretty sure. And so I think he gets a little bit of steam. So with that, I think I have to say, Tony, you're going to be Because he's the highest priced guy, I'm only getting him chalk, okay? I'm not gonna shit on him, but that is pretty high, all right? Austin Eckroth, the 5th highest owned guy, coming in at 18.7%. As you know, when you get down to 8K and lower, when you start seeing double-digit ownership, your little radar should go up, right? Little red flags should start popping up. Do I love Eckroth? Yeah, I do. Are we both just a couple Oklahoma State alumni goats? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. What do you want us to say? But I'm sorry, man. When anytime you are 2, 3, 4 times the ownership of every peer around you in that range outside Benny on, you're leaving me no choice, Eckroth. You're leaving me no choice. The man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk. One tear down my face. I want to play him too. But damn it, that is Donkey Chalk. If you were playing GPPs to win them, and you're constantly eating 8K, 7,600, 7,200 chalk, that's why you never win, you donkey dick. All you had to do last week was make one pivot to Keegan Bradley, and you win all the monies. That's all you had to do was one pivot in the 7Ks. You could have played the can't lay donkey dick chalk up high, and you would have been fine. Just pivot to frickin' Keegan Bradley. All right, Justin Thomas, surprisingly, I thought after last week people would want to have a little bit of JT. It's an easy, soft course. It's a birdie fest. These are all things that seem to be there. But for whatever reason, he seems to be getting squeezed because he has Sungjae, Hideki, and Tom Kim right below him. And then he has, of course, Ricky Fowler right above him, right? So when you have those, that kind of puts him in a weird squeeze position. So surprisingly enough, I don't think Justin Thomas is going to be donkey chalk. I think he's just... he's chalk, right? I don't love him at 18%, but honestly, not near as high as I thought he was going to be, right? Tom Kim seems to be one of those moonwalker guys. I was for sure he would be 25%, and then I was for sure he would be 20%, and now I look and I've got him all the way down to 17.5%. What the fuck is going on? Tom Kim, right? He played really well last week, except for one round, right? Saturday was his one bad round. He's a guy that's clearly trending in the right direction. He's a guy that, like we've already seen, has torn up a comp course of this in Sedgefield. So, like, I don't get why there's no love for him. So, I think I'm going to be pretty nice here, and I'm just going to give my boy old Tommy Kims. Just going to give me a chalk, okay? That's not too bad. However, this is going to make a lot of you cringe. Keegan Bradley, shockingly, is getting a lot of momentum today, right? He almost feels like a Steam guy in that people really seem to be pumping him up. And that's weird because in PGA DFS, we almost always see that outside of the elites, people don't like to play guys coming off of wins. So if you don't know, Keegan Bradley won. Welcome to Earth, new guy. And with that, I just assumed he would come in at like 11 or 12%. I think Keegan Bradley is a fine play. I don't think Keegan Bradley's a noob that can't handle all of the changes that come with winning a PGA Tour event. He's done it numerous times. However, at the same time, 17% when there's players just as good as him right around him at 8%, well, I'm left with no choice. I hate to do it, Keegan. The man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk. We don't play him. Except when we do. All right? Once again, you can play any of these guys you want. I don't give a shit. And furthermore, if you fade every Donkey Chalk guy, let me just go ahead and tell you, you're going to lose this week. Because 1, 2, 3 of these motherfathers is going to boat race this course, and you're going to need them, right? So the key is not fading all Donkey Chalk. The key is understanding I'm playing Donkey Chalk. What do I need to do with the rest of my lineup? I don't call these guys Donkey Chalk to tell you you're a fucking moron if you play him. I do it to remind you you're a fucking moron if you don't take into account what it does to your lineup. If you can't understand that difference, go watch the other channels with the picks, bro. All right, from there, Colin Morikawa coming in at a cool 16%. I think him and Homa, I wouldn't even call either of these guys chalk, but this industry's full of fucking morons. And so because of that, I think we have to just go ahead and call them, they're just okay chalk. Okay, all right? I don't mind it. Like, if you like Morikawa, you like Homa, who I think are great leverage plays with really big win equity, then I think you're very happy to get him at that ownership, right? I don't even think we classify them as chalk. From there, we have old Benny Ann and JJ Spawn, which, by the way, JJ Spawn, I guess people are finally just realizing that JJ Spawn, they must think that he's Jason Day because they kind of look alike when they get that beard going, and they're playing him at 15%. I guess I missed the memo on JJ Spawn. At least I get the Benny Ann. The guy's been ball striking it. He tears up easy courses. At least I get that one. I have heard some rumors about injuries, but I'm not giving them much weight. But JJ Spawn and Benny Ann, I like Benny Ann. JJ Spawn, I feel like I'm in an alternate universe, but regardless, I think it's both. I think it's very clear. Both of these guys, you know what they're going to be. The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. Especially in the 7Ks, we don't play him. Especially in the 7Ks. You go down with that JJ Spawn. I can already tell you, I'm going to make the next round of the Fantasy Golf World Championship because something tells me JJ Spawn's going to be 30% owned. And I'm just going to sit back and be like, what? All right, now I'm talking shit. He'll get third place. Guaranteed third place because I just said I was advancing. I just mushed myself. Damn it, I'm a loser. All right, it is time for our newest segment called Wednesday Night Ownership Drift. If you don't know, ownership projections are getting better and better, largely because me calling out some slapdicks that weren't very good at it, and they got a lot better at it. So now, almost anywhere you go, you're getting pretty reliable ownership projections, okay? And when you get reliable ownership projections, people are learning you have to play the game. And so they're seeing these ownership projections Wednesday, and they're saying, wait, I'm playing JJ Spawn at 15%. Am I a fucking idiot? Well, yes, you are. So what people do is they end up pivoting, right? Sometimes they pivot to guys that are really good that are not getting owned enough, and sometimes they pivot off of guys who are just a little too chalky. So this is my projection on attacking that, right? I have the steam guys. These are guys that I think are going to get steamed up tonight. They're going to come in 3 to 5% higher owned tomorrow in the big $25, whatever the hell they're calling it, sand save, whatever the hell it was called, and they will be higher owned than I have them projected because they are going to catch that steam tonight because people are going to realize these guys' upside outweighs what the ownership is going to be on them. The first one is Tony Finau. We already know that people love to spend their money on the most expensive guy. It is a very soft week on pricing with only 5 guys over 10,000 and nobody over 11,000. It's very, very easy to get Tony Finau in your lineup and also another 9K guy because the low 7K range this week is the nuts. So I think Tony Finau is a guy we check in tomorrow. We see him over 20%. Do I have anything to back that up? No. Just being in this industry a long time and knowing how the reptilian brains think, okay? And so that's all I got for you on old Rony Renow. Tom Kim. I just cannot believe that I'm going to get Tom Kim at 16%. The world's just not that good, right? Tom Kim is playing good. He seems to have gotten unbroken. Tom Kim is not a bomber, but other than that, I think is a really good course fit. And Tom Kim tears up Birdie Fest, right? So with all that in mind, I just can't believe that Tom Kim is going to be 16%. I think he gets some steam. We see him a little higher owned tomorrow than we are anticipating. Once again, I'm just projecting. I'm still trying to learn this Wednesday night drift. So if I'm wrong, I don't care. I'm just trying to help you out, bro. This is just me trying to guess, all right? Cheers to you. And lastly, Ludwig Aberg, all right? The Texas Tech Red Raider. This guy, I'm telling you, man, he's got Victor Hovland type upside, okay? And people in PGA DFS, especially the wannabe sharps, love to be early to the party on guys. And there's just no way that this guy, it's like you're playing the Price is Right, right? And you're like, no, what is that one? Let's make a deal. And they're like, you want door 1, door 2, or door 3? And you can see like behind door 3, you're like, I think I see the front of a Cadillac over there, right? That's what Ludwig Aberg is, right? He's that Cadillac. You're like, I think this guy's a Cadillac, and I need to get him, right? And people love to be early to the party on Cadillacs. And this guy seems like he is a future Cadillac. And he showed last week. What did he end up getting? Like T13 or something in a Birdie Fest? Oh, yeah. And he bombs the shit out of it on a course that you need to bomb the shit out of it on. So I just cannot believe that Ludwig Aberg is going to be 11 or 12%. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think enough people are going to sell themselves on the upside of this kid, and you're going to see him somewhere in the 15 to 18% range. Do I know that for sure? No. I'm guessing that's what the point of this segment is, dipshit. All right. From there, we've got our moonwalk guys. If guys are moving up, inevitably guys have to move down, right? And so here are some guys that I think you're going to see moonwalk off of their current ownership projections. The first one is old Aaron Pumpernickel, okay? People are going to realize that bread is bad for you. You see gluten-free happening everywhere, and people aren't going to play a 14 or 15% owned Aaron Rai. It's just not going to happen, Bob. And so there's so many good pivots in the 7Ks this week, right? I'm so sad in my heart right now that I'm a wiener and I'm not playing GBPs this week because the 7K pivots are delicious this week. And people are going to realize that, wait, why am I playing 15% owned Aaron Rai when there's a guy just as good as him at 5% right next to him? So I think you see him coming closer to like 10%. I don't think Aaron Rai is going to come in at the high projected ownership that people have him. From there, we have JJ Spawn at 7,500. It's just ridiculous that a guy like JJ Spawn is going to come in at 14 or 15% when he's not even playing that well. There's objectively better players around him. And oh yeah, what's that other thing? What is it? What? Oh yeah, he fucking sucks. That's what it is. The man's donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. He's donkey chalk. I just hit the wrong button. That's all that was. All right, you get the ranch waters flowing. The fingers get a little chubbier than normal. And then lastly, Kevin Yu. I'm a big Kevin Yu guy. Okay, I feel like he's a little selfish, but what are you going to do? So Kevin Yu, I currently have between 8 to 9%. I've seen some people having him as high as 12%, but at the end of the day, he's just coming off that injury. He had a pretty good finish last week, but nothing that blows your socks off, and I just think most people don't know who the hell Kevin Yu is. I have a hard time believing he's going to get up to the 8, 9, 10% that people haven't projected. I think you see Kevin Yu come in at a lot more reasonable ownership than we are anticipating tomorrow, okay? So there you go. That is my Wednesday night ownership drift. All right, let's get over. Hey, I got to make a lot of lineups tonight. No, I don't. I've got to make 2 lineups, and I'm going to make them by hand. But if I were playing GPPs tonight and not being a huge wiener, I would be using this right here called the solver, right? You see right there, it says Degenerate 75. Them's got my projections in there, not only for week long, round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4. So if you want to have my projections and you want to learn how to have an optimizer build the best versions of your player pool, you need to check out the solver, okay? All of my GPPs, all of my monumental amount of second places this year have all been built using this right here, right? Why? Because it makes lineups that I wouldn't make. I make the player pool. It makes the best versions of that player pool, and that's why I love it, right? You use projections. You get to control it. It is the best thing out there. Oh, yeah, and it's not $130 a month. How about $25 a month? That not only gets you the optimizer, that gets you all of my projections loaded in there. Just make sure you use that little showdown, hoedown symbol right there, and that will get you access to all of it, okay? Let's get over to the model. If you haven't heard, the model's like my life, and I spend like all day on it, and I won't listen to anything. You know, weather doesn't matter, and like ownership doesn't matter as long as my model loves them. Some things I'm looking. Okay, new guy, that's a joke, all right? You're going to have to get some sense of humor. You lighten up, new guy. Ball striking. I always want to see guys who are ball striking recently. So I looked at that over the last 12 holes. Birdie or better on easy courses, because if you don't know, you're going to be needing to score some birdies this week, bro. Opportunities gained on easy courses. Par 4 scoring on easy courses. Par 5 scoring on easy courses. I don't care if you score on par 5s at the frickin' U.S. Open. I want to know how you do at the John Deere. All right, from there, driving distance. Look, driving distance is not essential to success this week, but let me just go ahead and tell you something, and this is an undeniable fact. It sure as shit don't hurt. It sure as shit don't hurt. From there, easy 72s. This is a par 72 in easy scoring conditions. I want to know guys who typically play well at those types of courses. Just general putting over their last 36. Who's coming in with a good putter? Approach over their last 24. Just generally who's been hitting approach as well. 5 to 10 foot putts. You're going to have so many times this week. Your guy's going to have 7 feet, 8 inches for birdie. And it's like, if he makes them, your guy's going to have a nuts week. If he misses him, he's going to miss the cut. It's that simple, right? Easy and soft. I think the course is going to be super soft and super easy, so I want to know who scores well in those conditions. The proximity from 100 to 175, and I just glanced at who is good at Donald Ross courses. And look at that. The best player in the field is number 1 in my model. How do I do it? I'm truly great at it. I just have a gift. I'm not here to brag. I'm just a simple man. I'm a simple man that makes models. All right, so looking at the model here, you can see all the top 5 guys look really well. Like, they all look really good in the model, which is no surprise because, you want to know a little secret? They're better players than everybody else. Yeah, that's the real key, right? So it really comes down to this. You've got Ricky Fowler up here, Richard Flower, and then basically I think you have 2 really good pivots in Homa and Morikawa, and I think Finau and Thomas are very, very good fair ownership for the upside they offer versus the ownership they're going to be. So up here, if you're just playing the straight leverage game, I think there is a path that you play 20% of all these guys, right? Because these guys all have a ton of win equity. But I also think there's a path to just playing Morikawa and Homa, and at a birdie fest, a lot of these other guys could get drowned out. That is a very viable path. That's an aggressive path, but it is a path you can play. From there, it is this upper 9K range that people are just... Okay, you've got Tom Kim, Hideki Matsuyama, Sung J M. That's like the holy trinity of chalk. I just truly believe Tom Kim is not going to be 17%. I think that people are going to be so sneaky. I'm going to start with like Tom Kim, Hideki, and Sung J. No one will ever build like that. Okay. You're an idiot. They're definitely going to build like that. There will be so many people that will realize that you can just start with these 3 guys and you get 3 true studs in your lineup, and you really have tons of money to still build a very competitive lineup. It leaves you something like $7,100 per player left over when you start with those 3. So starting with those 3, you're not tricking anybody, Bob. Keegan Bradley also going to be very popular, but outside of Keegan, this is where we get into what I call the great pivot range of 2023. Cam Davis, not a soul's going to play him. Harris English withdrew, so no one's going to play him. Well, some people play him because they're idiots. Jaeger bombs, we're going to talk about a guy who bombs it, and we don't want to play Jaeger bombs. Brian Harmon, how do you not know Middle Earth needs saving? You don't know that. Ludwig Aberg, he's just in the sea of nobody getting owned. That's why I think Aberg gets steamed tonight. He's clearly the best option of everybody here, right? Alex Smalley, number 2 in my model, and no one wants to touch him because he's normally a $6,800 player? Yeah, I get it too. I get it too, guy to my side. I get it too. From there, Benny Ann, number 3 in the model. He really does check every box except that one little thing called he's a terrible putter. There's that, Bob. But Kirk, Hoagie, no one's playing these guys. Hadwin, no one's playing these guys. You've got Benny Ann, you've got Eckroat, and then you got to jump all the way up to Keegan Bradley. That's a huge forgotten about range there. If you want to be different this week, don't change who you play. Don't get rid of the guys you like. Play the guys you like, but just make a point to get one guy from this range every time. Grab one of these $8,000 guys that aren't Benny Ann and Eckroat, and your lineup will be so much different than everybody else. That build will be so much more unique than everybody else, okay? And then you can go play the Donkey Dick Chalk Ricky Fowler or whoever it is that you have a hard-on for and not have to worry about your lineup being duped 27 times. From there, you get into the 7Ks. You have some really, we got the Aaron Ride chalk. We've got the, I'm surprised Mark Hubbard's aren't chalk, by the way, right? And then you've got, who was the other one? Who's the other Slappy around here? There's another Slappy that's got a bunch of ownership. Patrick Rothers withdrew, but that's just because on the technicality he's a fucking loser. Who else? Whatever. All right, so no one's playing. I think Suh and Moore are great pivots. Riley and Hogard are great pivots off of Aaron Rye. No one's going to play Bez. He'll be 4% owned. No one's playing Dumpy Bow. People are playing Joseph Bramlett, but I get that one because I love that dude and he can bomb it. JJ Spawn, that's the other slapdick, is getting all the ownership. Why? Look me in the eye right now. You think JJ Spawn is 2 to 3 times more likely to outperform Sargent, Wu, or Hubbard. Here's the deal. If you think that's the case, you slip into my DMs, and I'll let you pick which one of those 3 I have. You play JJ Spawn, drop me 2.5 to 1. Any amount of money you want. All right? That's what I thought. Shut your mouth. From there, no one's playing Brennan Todd. You never know when the troll's going to come up and get everybody. I will tell you, Dietrich and Gim, I do feel a little bit of steam on. I think they both get to double figures. So if you want to get off of them, check out Norn. He's sandwiched here. Shank seems like he has a little bit of steam. If you want to pivot down here, Shank, Stevens, Gim, Dietrich are popular. So go play Norn. Go play Lashley. Go play Hardy. Go play Shez, Higo, Neesmith. Ryan Palmer. Don't mind Ryan Palmer. Look at that. Number 10 in the model. I'm just warning you. Ryan Palmer in an easy course when he's been ball striking. I've heard worse things in my life, brother. SH Kim, everybody wanted to play him when he was 7,600 a few weeks ago, and now he's on a course that fits him better and no one wants to play him? I'll play that loser. Whatever. From there, don't forget Hayden Buckley withdrew. By the way, Scott Piercy withdrew right before I went on the air, so make sure you don't have him. I heard he's speaking at CPAC, but I don't know that for sure. That was just the rumor going around. Okay, if you want some sleepers, we're getting into the 7K range. If you're just playing long-term talent, right? If you want to be early to the party on a guy, Akshay Bhatia is going to win a tournament in the next 12 months. I guarantee it. If you want to be early to the party, I don't think it's the worst thing to have him in your player pool. Cameron Champ is a guy my model actually really likes, and Cameron Champ is a guy, if there's ever a course he's going to get back on the winning track, it's going to be at a course like this, right? Other sleepers to consider. Oh, and if you want to know the guys getting the ownership down here, Carson Young, Kevin Yu, Dylan Wu. Those are some guys that are going to be getting some chalk down here. I never love to eat chalk in the 6Ks. It is particularly disgusting. If you want another sleeper, I typically only play Justin Lauer at Showdown, but I feel like this week at Week Long, he makes a little bit of sense. And last one, if you really are a sicko, if you really hate yourself, and you want somebody who doesn't deserve it, who doesn't merit it, thank you. I think you check out Troy Merritt, right? He's just really good at these courses, right? That's all I got for you. Oh, and he likes Donald Ross courses. That's all I have. Which brings me to, who is the one guy I'm definitely not playing this week? Well, you got to remember, these two names that I'm about to give you, the one guy I'm playing and the one guy I'm definitely not playing, you've got to take with a grain of salt this week, right? Because I am not playing GPPs, and normally I am giving you my picks for GPPs. As I'm only playing the Fantasy Golf World Championship this week, this might not be true, okay? But if I were playing GPPs, all right, so don't hold. If you look at my lineups tomorrow and I'm playing this guy, don't hold it against me, okay? I haven't made up my mind. But if I were playing GPPs, the one guy I would definitely not be playing. Well, if it's a birdie fest, I don't care how good you're ball striking. This guy doesn't drive it very far, and this is a guy that can't putt. And those are two things I really want to see this week. And he's going to be like the third highest owned guy. So, oh yeah, and there's always like a 20% chance he's just always going to withdraw because he wakes up with a stiff neck. So the one guy we're definitely not playing this week, no way I'm playing Hideki Matsuyama. Not a chance I'm playing that little wiener. Thank you, Brock. Good call there, brother. Which leads me to the more important question. Who is the one guy I am definitely playing this week? Well, I got together with the editor today and I said, editor, I think I found the one guy I definitely want to play this week, right? And he said, all right, well, give me a clue. And I said, all right, this guy drives the shit out of the ball. He said, okay, tell me more. I was like, all right. This guy is a guy that kills easy, soft courses. He said, okay, tell me more. And I said, okay, he is a guy that's already shown he can win and has a bunch of talent. And the editor said, I need more. I said, okay, Jesus, dude, all right. Oh, yeah, this is a course you're going to have to roll in putts. And I said, well, this guy's an incredible putter. And he said, I need more. And then it was at that moment I realized, wait, the editor's not saying he needs more things about this guy. He is saying he needs the player more. And it hit me. The one guy that we're definitely playing this week, we're playing Taylor Moore! Taylor Moore is a badass, and he's from Edmond like me, and we're going to kick ass. He doesn't need more. He needs more! All right? That hurt my voice. All right, there you go. The one guy, you're just going to watch that GIF for a minute. We spent a hot minute on that, all right? You will watch it, and you will enjoy it, all right? See, there's only one more, and then he says more, and now there's three more, and his face gets bigger. You give that up to the editor, okay? Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Hey, before we get to the drawing, make sure to check out my site, DGen75.com, the fastest growing community in all of PGA DFS. That I can assure you. Blowing up all the time. Why do we do so well? Well, first of all, it's not about me. It's about the incredible community we have. No douchebags. The one we had, I booted the fuck out because I don't need your $30 to deal with your assholery. If you want to be in a Discord that's not full of toxic, negative fucks, well, then I highly encourage you to come check out my site. Also, we have a bunch of winners. Check out all these dudes right here. Just incredible week. Look at my dude winning for you, winning 14U, 15,000. Look at Ian winning 1,000 and Crack Drafter winning 5,000 and Shaloop's always winning money. Forget that guy. He wins too much money. Bill, 1,500. Stats ATL 3,000. My dude Jay Bannock getting another ticket. Cam's dad winning a GPP. Incredible stuff. I love to see it. You motherfathers kick ass. Oh yeah, and I have the best tool in all of PGA DFS called the Rosetta Stone. We have it for both week long and round 3 and round 4 showdown, which has all the pertinent relevant information you need to know, because not all of you are sweaty tryhards who can just sit at a computer in their underwear all day like my loser ass. You need a place that takes all the relevant information and puts it in a place where you can use it, and that's what the Rosetta Stone does. If you want to check it out, I encourage you to do it. If not, it's no problem, man. You can just enjoy the free shit on YouTube, all right? And also, me and the editor, we never put ads on these videos. We're just two independent fucks just trying to run our little website the best we can, and every time you drop a like and you sub to our channel and tell a friend, it helps more than you'll ever know. We do our best to put on the best production here and to give you guys a show every Wednesday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and all we ask in return is a little like and a little subscribe. We appreciate every single one of you. We couldn't do it without you. Let's get to the drawing. This is for everybody who left a comment on YouTube for me this week. Here you go. It is to win a ticket with me that we are definitely not playing this week because I believe in the mush. I believe in the mush. There you go, Timothy Clark. There you go. Reach out to me, dude. We'll build a lineup together. Now, editor, down here in the chat, I need a winner for another ticket from people who've asked questions tonight. And then the second name is going to be who plays me in the F counter. Hey, from the Jay Farmer. Hey, Teddy, what do you think?
Pay that man his money.
I don't think so, Teddy. I might have forgot this bit, but I'm not going to pay a guy that I whooped his ass. Deal with it, Joe the Farmer. All right, Hyrabars has won. There you go. Me and you were building a ticket. Reach out to me on Twitter or on the Discord if you're already over there. And now for the F counter editor, go ahead and put it in there. Let's see who is going to send me a 1v1 invite to fight me to the death. And by the way, for all of you that leave right after I do this, I'm going to do another giveaway in the chat here. I don't know, about 8:03 probably. And the other one is Peter Lavin. All right, there you go. Peter Lavin, there you go. Peter, I want you to send me a 1v1 invite just like this over on DraftKings. If you don't know how to do it, the editor can help you. Just reach him at TheDegenEditor on the Twitters.com, okay? So there you go. Let's get to Q&A. Ask your questions. I'm going to do one more drawing. Editor, you know I'll forget because I'll start talking and rambling. 8:03 editor, you put it in the chat. You don't ask any questions. I want another winner to build a ticket with me, not tonight, but for a future ticket. I'm good for it. Trust me. I'm not. What am I? What is that? Not a pour. That's right. We're not pours around here. Ranch water's flowing. Look at that. Ranch water inside. Isn't that cute? Look, and then on the other side, this the degenerate. Okay. Let's get over to the chat. Answering questions. Appreciate all 306 of you sticking around. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's go, Michael says. All right. Where's the live content at? Not here, bro. Taylor Moore, a good pivot. Well, seeing he's the one guy I'm definitely playing, I'd say that's a pretty solid pivot. Caddy, you didn't even know when you asked that question. All right, you like the woos? Let's see. I always love Brandon Wu at a birdie fest. Dylan Wu, I feel like he's just a little too chalky, but I'm not opposed to it. What's up, Andrew? Let's see. Just looking for question marks. Is Nick Hardy a first-round leader worth a look? Absolutely, Travis. Nick Hardy is a guy that, like, it's really hard for me not to play him this week. I think he's a great play. I really feel like he's trending in the right direction, and I'm already a Nick Hardy slut. You put those two things together, it's really hard to not toss him in my Fantasy Golf World Championship lineups. But I'm going to remind you, I'm a huge pussy, and I'm no way I'm doing that. Who are some good of your favorite pivots in the 7K? So, I mean, the 7Ks are just chocked full of pivots. I mean, give me some Gordon Sargent. Give me some Dumpy Bow. Give me some Bez Dispenser. Of course, Taylor Moore. Nick Hardy. Ryan Palmer. There's a lot of good pivots in the 7Ks. God, I wish I was playing GPPs this week. Can Kawa putt enough to win a birdie fest? I don't think so, but I think he can putt well enough to finish top 5. I do. I don't think he can win it. All right, lower for the win. Don't hate it, Rich. Don't hate it. Brandon Wu this week. Don't hate it, Greg. I don't. Brandon Wu at a birdie fest. You don't got to sell me, Bob. What do you think what do you think of a goalie for this week? Oh yeah, I mean, guy's a ball striker. I know that, right? I don't mind that Malachi. That's a punt. Because you know if the goalie, that's Kevin Roy for all of you that don't know. If he had anything, you know I would have had him on sleepers while I'm sleepy this morning. Are you an Akshay believer like Pat? I am. I think he's a big time talent. Him and Aberg, I want to be early to the party. I think Akshay probably has I've already said Aberg has Hovland type upside. I think that Bhatia probably has something like who's a good example? I'm trying to think of a good example. He probably has Tom Kim type upside. I think he has that kind of upside. What's in your cup? Ranch water. Ranch water, you motherfather. All right, favorite tequila to use. Dude, I've actually mixed it up on this, and I swear to the Blue Agave Tequila by Jose Cuervo is undeniably the one that gives the best flavor to my ranch waters. I've had Patron. I put the fancy, Nick gave me a fancy bottle from Mexico. Nothing tastes better than just the Blue Agave tequila from Jose Cuervo. Hey, new guy, you haven't hit the like button? Thank you, Sam. New guy, hit the like button. Is there a limit on how many shirts you can win? Yeah, 1. All right, I have to buy those things, and they're not cheap. And you know how many people win GPPs in my community? A ton, all right? It wasn't a good economic decision on my part, but you know what? I'm part of a community, bro. Is Eckroat a scary fade? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's a very scary fade. I agree. He is a scary fade. He is. But you know what? YOLO. Showdown Weather Edge for the first 2. Yeah, there is, Sarah. Come over to the website. I already did round 1 showdown for you, right? If you're not over there, sign up for the newsletter. The editor will give you a free week. Did Carson Young come in lower owned than you expected? Yes, he did. I thought he was for sure going to be 10%, right? Just like last week when he was 6,500, nobody played him. I'm like, guys, this guy's good. He's good. You want to play this guy, and he did great. No Patrick Rogers or Rory this week? I know. What are we going to do, Josh? What are we going to do? Who am I going to call a loser? How are we feeling about Hadwin? I'm not kidding, Corey. I've not heard a single person say Adam Hadwin's name. Not a single person. I don't know what's going on there. I don't hate Adam Hadwin at Birdie Fest. I remember one of the very first GPPs I ever played was like, I don't know, one of those California tournaments early in 2016, and Adam Hadwin got like T2nd, and my friend played him and didn't tell me about him. I'm like, why didn't you tell me about this guy I've never heard of? All right, and I swear to God, he got 3rd place. I think it was the one Fabian Gomez won. What was that, American Express or something? I don't know. How do you feel about looking up the best putters in the Sun 7K? I don't know what that means. The best putters in the Sun? I mean, I think they're all going to be in the Sun. Is it all right to build lineups while watching the stream? You can start dabbling. You cannot make them finalized. That's the deal. Favorite play under 7,500? I don't know. Let's go Ryan Palmer. Weather Edge, AM/PM, already answered it. Watch the show. How do you feel about Nick Hardy, big guy? I already told you. I got a hearty appetite for him. Crazy fading Dick Fowler and Kawa? Not at all. Not at all. I mean, Ricky Fowler, look, if he finishes 13th place and those other guys finish 8th, it won't even matter that you faded him, right? It's not even about how Ricky does. He could do really good this week and still be a good fade if the other guys do well. Does that make sense? It's not about how he does. It's about how he does relative to the peers around him. Because if people aren't spending money on him, they're going to be spending money on the peers around him, right? What player born on the third world country will have an advantage because they're in Detroit smog in the air? Oh, I like that. A guy from a third world country. I mean, are there any third world country guys that really play golf? I'm thinking of like all these guys, like Vince Norman. That ain't a third world country. South Africa's not. England's not. Is there any guys from third world countries here? I like the narrative, but I'm not seeing anybody. So Japan is definitely not a third world country. Yeah, I got nothing for you. I like that question. I dig the question, but I here's the thing. Third world countries don't have the money to play golf. That's the answer, Bob. All right, moving on. Is there a time to eat 7K chalk? Yeah, when you're dead. No, I just, not for me. I made a decision a long time ago. Look, Jeff, only you can determine what chalk you want to eat and what you don't. I just made a decision a long time ago to never eat 7K chalk. And sometimes, like Henley last week, it kind of up and fucks me. But a lot of times it doesn't, and I'm okay with that. All right. Moving on, with multiple Fantasy Golf World Championship tickets, do 6 play a tight player pool or just completely different lineups? Oh, no, I am not a pussy. I will guarantee you that at least 3 guys will be in both of my lineups, right? And there's a chance I might just enter the same lineup twice, right? If I like the lineup enough, I'll just put it in there twice because hashtag not a pussy. Can't fade Fowler this week, can we? I mean, that's up to you, man. I think there's always a path to fade the highest owned guy. There's always a path, especially at a birdie fest. If he just plays good and gets a minus 16 this week, I almost guarantee you he won't be in a winning GPP. What weight do you give course history here? Almost none, Anthony. Almost none. Nick, thank you. The editor will get to eat this week. I was considering not feeding him, but now I will. Are you taking the editor to the live final? I'd love to buy dinner for him in person. No, I'm not. No, I got friends that want to go. The editor would not want to go to that. He'd be miserable. All right. Which chalk guys are you? By the way, Nick, I'm taking you. I'm kidding. You're already going to be there. Which chalk guy are you not playing? Decky. New guy, do you like $6,100 guy who can't remember his name? Well, I don't like anybody below 6,400, so I know the answer is no. Can we get some damn likes? There it is. We're at 217 with 369 people in here. Nice. So go ahead and drop that like, please. If it feels like you're figuring out 7K exposure, 3x3, 2x3, what's different? What are your thoughts to be different? I think the key there is just you can play a 7K chalk. Just make sure you have 1 or 2 pivots. That's all you really need in a good lineup is 1 or 2 pivots, and you'll be really different than everybody else. Why do I still play kicking the nuts? Well, Brent, I'm pretty sure you just won a GPP like 2 weeks ago, so pump the brakes, you dramatic girl. And second of all, because the contests are sick and we like the sweat, it's fun. You're getting a lot of entertainment, and every once in a while you spike one. I see the screenshot, you motherfather. Cody, my brother, who I split $25,000 with. You know, you never really have a brotherhood with somebody until you split $25K. Me and Cody did that. Thank you for the super chat, Cody. I know you're still up on this deal. Let's see. Moving on, looking for questions. Good evening. How much Cam Davis do you have? Well, seeing I'm only playing cash lineups, that's going to be a hot fucking 0, Bob. You miss 100% of short putts? I don't miss any short putts because I don't hit them. I just always make my friends give them to me. Is Kirk a good pivot? Yes, he is. He's been playing like garbage. He is not on his A game. He is overpriced. You could never play him. Or you could. Moving on. Hadwin or Hogard? Ooh, why not? Why not both? The little meme says. Moving on. Going 30% Aberg. If I'm crazy, no. Aberg is a great GPP play this week. He might blow up in your face because we don't know what his floor is yet. But I'm telling you, we can see the kid's got upside. Balanced build or stars and scrubs this week? Well, I'll tell you this. I think that balanced builds are going to be more popular. People love that 9K range. They're going to be jamming in Kim, M, Decky, Keegan. And so you're going to have a lot of guys starting with 3 of those 4. Do you like the format of the Fantasy Golf World Championship being 50-50 and then you play GPP to get the tickets? I don't mind that format, Travis. I just hate that it's at 2 shitty tournaments. This and the John Deere, like, come on, get the fuck out of here. Probably tell them.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, what are your thoughts about Kevin Strowman's cousin, Ross Stillman? He's actually not as bad of a player as I thought. There might be a little meat on that bone, brother. All right, I'm a new guy here. Why should I stay? Because do you ever want to learn how to do this shit on your own, or you always want to be a dumbass that has to rely on other people's picks that suck? If you know the answer, if you can answer that question, well, then there's the answer if you should stay. I typically play in a 3-max and 2 single entries. Usually take my stand in the 3-max is a little weird single entry. Bold strategy. No, I like it. I think that's the key to being good is even when you're playing single entries and 3-maxes, still be very, very tight with your player pool and make your stance. Shit or get off the pot, so to speak. All right. Let's see. Akasaw asks, was it difficult to remain composed when you realized that Alex Noren draft selection was, in fact, not a joke? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Let's see. What was the minimum contest size in a single entry for 3-max you start avoiding playing a lot of chalk? The bigger the field, the less chalk you want to eat, right? The smaller the field, the more chalk you can eat, weirdly enough. Because if, let's say you're playing in a 100-person single entry, right? You can really play the 4 highest owned guys and just have 2 pivots, and you're going to be dramatically different than everybody else in the field. That's a fact. Are you going on a date tonight, D75? I'm going to go have dinner with my lady after this. Does that count? I guess. Thoughts on Tom Kim this week? I'll play him if nobody else wants to. Grayson Sig, top 40. I would take that bet. I like some Grayson Sig. When using the solver, do you use optimize? I do 50% projections, 50% ceiling. Yes, I do. Todd Kyle says, I think that I saw an article by Mayo that indicated that all the previous Rocket Mortgage tournaments that 3 of the top 5 have missed the cut. That's why I'm not factoring in a lot of course history. I think I heard that too, Todd, that like playing well here in the past does not necessarily equal success. Matter of fact, kind of having a slapdick history here kind of equals success. Got to reload on the old ranch water. Let's see. Bombers that putt the best. Taylor Moore. Robbie Shelton season. I mean, I'm always down for some Robbie Shelton at a birdie fest. Cowa killed me last week, so I guess I have to go back. Yeah, I mean, don't let him fuck you 2 weeks in a row, a.k.a. Hollywood. Is playing Cam Champ getting too cute? Nope. If I were playing GPPs this week, Cam Champ would be in my player pool. Thoughts on Palmer? Like. Feed out. Lowest owned in the 10Ks? Not a chance, Steven. Not a chance. The lowest owned will probably be Homa. The only other one that might beat him would be Cowa. Sounds like overlays. Not a chance there's going to be overlays. There's no overlays. These contests are already filling. They already have the secondaries up, T-Swin. Dream on. All right. CT Pan, a good pivot? Yes. CT Pan can throw darts. CT Pan's always a good pivot. Cam Davis, a good pivot for the 9Ks? Absolutely, Cody. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me give you the long answer. Yes. All right. Thoughts on JJ Spawn this week? Not in this lifetime, pal. Is pre-made ranch water the same as the one you're drinking? Squishy Squirrel, what a stupid question. If you go to the store and you get pre-made ranch waters, you need to go slam your wiener in a door, okay? Because ranch water is Topo Chico water, blue agave tequila, a squeeze of lime, and a pinch of salt. That's it. Not that stupid shit out of the can that's sweet enough to make me pass out. Get out of here. Good question. All right, the OG Degen stream drinking ranch water. You got to love it, big guy. Thoughts on Russell Knox? I can't play Russell Knox. You got to be able to putt. Russell Knox knocks it right by the hole. All right, ranch water for the 4th. What's your SP? Just covered it. What a great timing. Favorite 8K golfer this week? Ludwig Eberg, yeah. I took him on the DraftCast last night. How much web is too much web? 1%. Easy answer. Any love for Sargent? I do like Sargent. I took him last night on the DraftCast also. I think Sargent has huge upside. He's another one of those guys like Batia and Aberg I kind of want to be early to the party on. All right. Any big plans for your $1 million you win for the W? Yeah, I'm going to just be a slapduke who makes YouTube videos and talks a lot of shit to people. That's my big goal. Really going to change it up. Is Nick still freaking out about his lineup? Yes, he is. He's no less than 58 questions from Nick today. You're drinking Bud Lights? Well, I don't think so. I don't think ranch water's Bud Lights. Dumbass. All right, for Fantasy Golf World Championship, how do you differ your lineup? It's very simple. This week, it's basically a 50-50 proposition. So I'm really going to be focusing on guys that make the cut and have top 20 equity, and I'm not going to be so obsessed with getting different, nor am I going to be so obsessed with having the winner. That's my biggest difference, right? How many golfers would you say are overlapping between your two fantasy golf? Probably 3 to 4. Maybe 6 if I have another ranch water. If I have one more, I might just put the same lineup in twice. Who has the best putting at lower elevated events? I don't know. I'm not looking that up. How good are your ownership projections versus Wednesday versus actual? We've tracked it. It's consistently around 93 to 94% R squared. If you know what that is. If not, read a book. Over 5 birdies. Too many. Over 5 birdies. Too many on pick'ems. In the morning, guys, for studs, I would take the over on that, but I would not be taking that for marginal players. Over on 4.5 smash all day. Is Tom Kim going to come pain, or is it not to where? Is Tom Kim going to overcome the pain? Yeah, I don't think he's in that much pain. Was it Ron Kloss told me he was watching him. He's live at the course. He said he looked fine. Any concerns about weather quality? Could it affect rotund golfers? I like that. The old fat guy, don't play the fat guys in the heat narrative. I don't mind that. But who's the fat guy that's here? I mean, Tom Kim's pretty thick. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw him in person. I'm like, that boy thick. He contra thick. All right, 23 players. How many players do you have in your pool? If I were doing 150 lineups, I'd probably be around 25, man. Moving on. Getting to the bottom. Oh, it's 8:02, editor. Don't forget. Let's see. Good luck this weekend. Is it a bad idea to fade the 10K range? I mean, in a GBP, I don't think it's the worst idea, but this week I feel like you're giving up a lot of win equity, and that's okay to give up win equity if you're fading a ton of ownership, but those 10K guys aren't that highly owned, Aaron, so I don't love it, brother. I don't love that. My low-owned guys is Matty Schmidt. How does he rate out for you? I don't even know what his ownership, or what's his price tag. I'm sorry, I don't even know. I remember seeing him and thinking he doesn't look that bad. There he is. Let's see. Oh, man. Dude bombs it. He's good at putting. That's all I need to see. I'm in. All right. Let's see, 400 sweaty tryhards for the Rocket Mortgage. That was after our weird start too, Zach. I don't know what the hell happened. Nobody was in here. There was no chat. Oh, maybe the editor forgot to set up the chat. I can't wait to ask him afterwards. Let's see. How about the Viking Vincent Norman? I love him. I thought he was going to be chalky, but I don't think he's going to be. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Jeff! By the way, that's Jeff right there. That's the guy that put together the data for us. So thank Jeff if you enjoyed that wave split data. For my gift, can you tell me who's going to win and why? Is it Taylor Moore? Well, Taylor Moore's going to win because he's a fucking badass. From Edmond, Oklahoma, you check your facts, brother. Looking for questions. How's your golf game been? Shot a 36 yesterday. I thought on the back nine. Best nine I've ever played. Now, some people have been roasting me because I'm supposed to tell you that it was a 34 back nine and I shot a 36, so it was a 2 over, but I'd rather just say I thought a 36 and they can eat a bag of dicks. That's how I feel about it. Are you not playing the Hoedown Showdown Listener League? Are you not? Yeah, I'm in it. I got 2 spots in there. I'm going to toss my 2 Fantasy Golf World Championship lineups in there. I feel like that was a reasonable agreement. All right, there's our winners again, so we're moving on. Do you have questions that have a better chance of getting read if I ask at the beginning and end? No. I just I just see your name and I skip it is typically what I do. I'm kidding, Ricky. Just get them in there. I don't know. I go through them pretty quick. Is there vodka in that drink? No, it's tequila. Read a book. Does Keegan really have a chance to win again this week? I mean, I guess he has a chance, but I don't love it. I don't think that's a great spot for him. Look at Zach just jumping in. Definitely better if you get it in early. Look at Zach. You don't know me, Zach. All right. Reklaja, great name. Suh or Rye for the last spot. Guessing Suh since okay, well, this is easy. I like Rye more than I like Suh. But if the top of your lineup is more chalky, I say you go Suh other than Rye because he will be lower owned, right? See how I played the game there? Chad Castle, is there a good ownership percentage as a rule of thumb for single entry? Look, you got to come over and you got to check out on the archives on my website. We have this thing called product ownership versus cumulative ownership. You are simply thinking of ownership in a cumulative manner, and that is the most noob way to think of it. Real ownership differentiation comes from product ownership, okay? If that blows your mind, come check out the video. Have you ever played Just the Tip? Okay. The editor, how are we letting this jackass keep asking stupid questions? Best 6K guy at easy courses. Let's see. Best 6K guy at easy courses. Well, let's go look here. Total on easy 72s is, wait for it, Harrison Endicott. There you go. Ever play Rainmakers? I haven't, but I'm pretty warm to it next year. Although a couple of my big guys in the chat have told me it's not so great. How many 6K guys is too many in a lineup? I never like more than 2. I personally would limit it at 1. Team no put guys have T15, T20 chance this week. Yeah, they can finish there. I don't think they can win. I think you're gonna have to roll the rock. Let's see. This guy Jay Hardiman. He's about to get one swift kick in the face. Any fear Hideki's just mailing it in this week? How often do you ever see Hideki play 3 weeks in a row? That's what has me concerned. Let's see. You gonna play any of Hostler? I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I don't think so. I'm only playing 2 lineups, man. I got an itchy nose. All that blow I did before the stream. Mom, more ranch water. No, Nick. I'll pass out. You want my lineups to just be those dummy lineups tomorrow? You don't want that. All right, moving on. All right, Oliver Orr. Hey, I like that guy. Oliver, you want a ticket? We're not doing it this week, but I promise you we'll do it. I'm good for it, brother. Thoughts on Andrew Novak this week? I don't know. He just didn't really do it for me. I looked at him. I gave him the hard look, but he's just not really good at anything outside of putting, so he'll probably fucking smash, Bob. All right, let's see. Scott Stallings is a good pivot. I can't do it, man. Scott Stallings is another one of those guys that seem broke. You always hear me talk about guys I think are broke from the high end, but you know what? Low end guys can be broke too. Let's see. Answering questions. I want to go eat dinner. I can smell the food cooking in my nostrils. What's more important for cash, win equity or top 20 percentage? I would definitely say top 20 percentage, and maybe more than both of those, Nick, made cut percentage. Cam Davis low owned? Yes, he'll be very low owned. You like Dietrich this week? I don't hate him until I saw he was 10%. That kind of made me not like him. Did y'all hit the like button? We're at 240 likes, and there's 336 of you in here. I want to know who the 96 of you that are sitting in here that will not drop a like. What the hell is your problem? All right, what's for dinner? Oh, I'm not going to talk about that. Aberg this week, don't hate it. Luke List, a play at this course, he makes a lot of sense other than the fact that he can't putt. On the solver, what is considered a good make gut percentage? Well, if you're doing the 6 of 6 rate, I think that probably over 6% would be pretty good this week. All right, guys, do not forget to come check out my website, DGen75.com. Do not forget to sign up for the newsletter. It's in this. And if you're going to go sign up for the solver, make sure to use my landing page, Showdown Hoedown. I appreciate all of you being here. I will be back Friday night for Showdown Hoedown, round 3, live as always. Make plans to be there. You ain't got a life. I ain't got a life. Let's hang out, have fun, talk shit. It'll be a good old time. But for right now, you motherfather, I just need you to enjoy this outro.